Hello everybody, I'm back again. Let's get started with Lesson 1, Tag Showdown. One-on-one tag action, master programming basics. Length about 40 minutes. Alright, let's get right into it then. Step 1, adding player controls. Hey Dom. Hey, is that Bob or Alice? That looks like Bob to me. I'm so glad you made it. Welcome to the interactive lessons. Just in case you forgot, I'm Bob. Thanks for the reminder, Bob. I can't wait to start working with you. You too, Bob. Well, it's a day to remember because you're going to make your very first game. Oh, I've been waiting for a lifetime to do this. Tag Showdown. Alright, so a little bit of a gameplay video of what we're going to make by the looks of it. Ooh, there's going to be some physics in there too, nice. Okay, alright. In this game, a tagger will chase after a runner while dodging a torrent of rolling balls. Sounds fun already, right? Does sound good. And this thrilling game will be played out right here on the game screen. Of course, you can't play anything just yet. I mean, you haven't done any programming yet. From now on, the programming that you do on the program screen will be reflected right here in the game screen. Look at Bob, he's going crazy. He's so excited. Without further ado, let's head over to the program screen and start programming our game. Alright, let's go. I love the music here. Welcome to the program screen. This is where you'll call up Nodon and program your game. First up, let's get our player character up and running. For that, we'll need to call a person Nodon. Okay. Alright, so we go down to the objects here on the bar at the bottom. Ah, nice. Then characters. Person. Oh, but I want to add a UFO. Hey peeps, I'm the person Nodon. Hello again, person. Oh, nice to see you again. Now the programming starts. Yeah, great stuff. First, time for me to step into the limelight, peeps. So what happened after we placed the person Nodon? Let's take a look at the game screen and find out. Okay, so we're gonna have a sort of idle person. Yeah, we are. And here's our person on our blank, empty game screen. It's a good start. Putting the person Nodon on the program screen makes a person appear on the game screen. Clear enough, right? Got it. Next up, we'll want to be able to control our player character using the controller. Try moving the person with the left analog stick now. Does anything happen? Nope. As you can see, the person isn't moving at all. This is where our programming comes in. Let's get our player character mobile. We can take a look at that, take care of that now, sorry. Let's arrange for our person Nodon to move with the left stick. Alright. We want to move the player with the left stick, then we'll need to call on the stick Nodon. Can't wait to meet the stick Nodon. We've met button before, but we haven't met stick yet. So we're going from inputs, stick movement, left stick, left and right. Aha. Here he is. Boing! Go dumb, right? I bet you're hankering after wiggling the control stick about. I'm always hankering after control stick wiggling. We'll need to link up the control stick... we'll need to link up the stick Nodon's output port. Okay? The left-right port on the person Nodon. There we go. Hey, Sticky. Time to do what you do best. Sending over the output from the control stick. Boing! Okay, let's see what's happening on the game screen. I can move around. Beautiful. Ah, you love to see it. Bravo! Now we've got that covered, we can move on to something else. Wouldn't it be good if the person could jump with a button when a button is pressed too? Yes! Oh, I can't wait to meet button again. Definitely my fave so far. Okay, so we're moving the stick Nodon over here, just to make some room, I guess. Selecting input, button press, B button, button, yo button. Call me button Nodon. I'm your button bashing buddy. Ah, if it ain't Dom. Good to see you again, Button. If buttons are getting bashed, I got it covered. Bang, bang, bang. Let's move Button. Okay. Then link up the Button Nodon's output port to the Person Nodon's jump port. If that button gets bashed, you can be sure I'll let you know. Thanks, bud. Time to check it out on the game screen. Yeah! Okay. When you're done testing that out, head back over to the program screen. I'm back. Okay, guess what? You've cleared step 1. Boing, bravo, good job peeps. Great job, buddy. Oh, the characters are so nice. In this step, we made it possible for the person to be moved with the controller. In the next step, we'll get ready to build the level for our game of tag. I don't mind saying, I'm pretty excited about that. See you in the next step. Thanks Bob. Ooh, another great track here. Aha, so we got a update to Alice's guide, I think. Let's take a look. Moving characters with the control stick. So Alice is going to give us a slightly more in-depth tutorial, I think, on using the control stick. Hello! Nice to see you, Alice. This time there's a person on the game screen. Move them left with the left stick. Left and right with the left stick. Next, let's look at how to program a person to move using the control stick. Hi Dom. Hello peeps. How are things? Oh, I get it. You want to learn how to make people move with control sticks. Alright, I can show you. Let me tell you all about Stick Nodon. Sorry, Stick Nodon. I'm an expert on Stick Nodon because I am one. Boing! You might have guessed from my name that I take inputs from the control stick. And any Nodon connected to me gets the control stick movement information transmitted to them. That means me, I get it. So, right now I'm sending left and right movement information from left stick, so if left stick is tilted left or right, I pass it on. I'm only getting the left and right movement from left stick though. The up and down movements aren't coming through. But that's a matter of choice. If you wanted, I could alternatively send up and down data from right stick as well. You can change up which control stick and which direction I send on my settings screen. Ah, great, let's go check out the settings screen. We're going to click the cog down here. Ah, you see? You can select left or right in that which stick setting. Okay, so with the settings here, oh, we get a nice little range indicator in the left there as well. Okay. And you can use this direction setting to select the control stick direction to transmit. So we're currently transmitting left and right, but we could do up and down on the stick as well. Or instead, I should say. Let's try changing which stick. Setting the right stick. Close the screen. And try the game. So yep, now I'm tilting the right stick. Yep, and it doesn't respond to the left stick. Great! So now you can see how you've configured the Stick Nodon settings to change the controls. Go back to the game screen. What did you think? Did you notice that you had to use the right stick to move the person? I did. Hey, can I ask a question? Yeah, go on. So what happens if your Stick Nodon were to transmit up and down direction instead of left and right? I'm kind of curious. Ooh. We can always test it out and find out. It's basically science. So true, Stick Nodon. Okay, let's open up the settings screen. We're going to up and down. And we're closing it. That's all done. Now I'll send the person Nodon the up and down movement information from right stick. Okay, this is going to get real funky. I wonder what will happen. I'm using the right Joy-Con's right stick, and I'm using up and down. And even though I'm doing up and down, it's still moving left and right. Oh, even though you're tilting right up and down, the person is moving left and right. Yeah, that's what I just said. What do you think of that? It's very disorientating. Alright, back to the programming screen. That was a good bit of science though. You moved up and down on the right stick, but the person moved left and right, right? That's so weird, they moved left and right even though they were moving them up and down? Oh, wait, I think I understand. The stick nodon's input is going into my left-right port. Got it in one, person nodon. Okay, so it's currently being sent to the left-right input you can see here. The person's nodon's left-right port is used to convert the input to the person's left-right movements. So it really doesn't matter which direction the stick nodon is sending over. As long as the person's left-right port is receiving it, it gets converted into left-right movement. Aha, so we can modify the orientation of the stick, or the direction of the stick here, but along the connection it's converted to the left-right movement of the person. So even if we use up-down settings is enabled, the stick nodon is connected to my left-right port. Moving the control stick up and down will make the person move left and right. Why not try to connect up my forward-backward port instead of my left-right port? Okay. Aha, so we're going to delete it first. And then we're going to modify it and move it to forward-back. Let's go to the game screen. Wow, 3 dimensions! Nice. So no left and right, just forward and backwards in space. Very cool. Got it. Back to the program screen. How was it? Take my control stick settings and my left-right, forward-backwards ports and connect them together. And you can move a person around in any way you want. We'll make the best programming team, right peeps? Oh, definitely person. And don't you forget it. Oh, beautiful. Another one of Alice's guides complete. Let's move forward to step 2, making the floor and walls. Welcome again, Dom. Let's go right back into building our game of tag. But first, let's have a little look back at what we've already done. We can use left and right and B, move and jump. That's right, thanks to your marvelous work in the last session, we can now move the player with the controller. This time around, we'll be building the floor and walls to set the stage for our game of tag. Over to the program screen we go. We'll be making the floors and walls now. But first, we need to decide where we're going to put the whole level itself. Okay. How about this space up here? That should do. Now that's decided, we'll have to make sure this area is shown on the game screen. But if we're going to do that, we'll need to call the game screen nodon. Okay, so we're going down to objects at the bottom, game screen camera, and game screen. Ooh, exciting. Hello darlings, I must say you're looking radiant today. Oh, thank you game screen nodon. Oh, and you must be Dom. Oh, he wasn't talking to me. Everyone's saying you're the next big thing. With you at the helm, this is going to be simply spiffing production. We're sure to rise to the very top, darling. So he's like an old-time film producer. If we make use of the node on game screen, we can determine which part of the program screen will be reflected on the game screen. Okay. I couldn't have put it better myself, darling. Whatever I frame will appear vividly and thrillingly on the game screen. Let's make the game screen nodon a little bigger. Okay, alright, so we're scaling it up. Now let's have a look at what's going on the game screen. So, am I right in thinking it's going to be too high above our player character? Yes. Alright, got it. So we want to frame up the contents of the game screen within the frame. As you can see, our player character is nowhere to be seen. You see, over on the program screen, the person nodon isn't surrounded by the game screen nodon. Let's head back over and fix that so the person appears on the game screen. Alrighty then, let's move the person nodon. Aha, so we're going to move the nodon instead of the game screen. Isn't that going to end up with him being in the air? Let's give it a try. Can you drag it over so that it's within the game screen nodon? Wonderful. Now the person is in the limelight. The camera loves you, darling. Try and get my best side. Let's see what's changed on the game screen. Okay. Look, now we see the person reflected on the game screen. Yikes, but not for long. But anyhow, now we know that whatever is surrounded by the game screen node on the program screen, will be reflected on the game screen, like you just saw. But we're not in the best of places if our player character can't stay on the screen. What's the solution? Why? A floor, of course. Okay, so we're going to build a new floor. We'll need an object node to make the floor with. Okay, down to objects, simple objects, and box. So we've got a couple of other shapes there, but we're using box today. Hey up, the name's object node on. True to name, object node on are node on that make objects appear on the game screen. Ah, he's not wrong. Okay, drag the object node on underneath the person node on. Alrighty, to the game screen. Oh no! Hey object, did you see that? Oh, sorry, I should mention, with nothing to keep them up, objects just drop right out of the screen. So as default, they're affected by gravity, I suppose. Let's head back to the program screen and fix it so the object doesn't fall out. First, select the object node on. Open the settings screen with this icon. The settings screen is where you can make all kinds of changes to a node on. We'll just need to adjust the properties settings to fix it so the object doesn't fall anymore. Now disable the options movable, destructible, and destructive. Easy peasy. We saw these this screen in the last video that Nintendo of Europe put out before the release. If that's done, we can close the settings screen. It's done! And switch over to the game screen. Alright. Yeah! Good stuff. Perfect, the object is staying where it should. The person isn't falling out of the screen either. Though, I'm not sure that floor is quite big enough. It's probably making the person a bit uneasy. Head back to the program screen so we can adjust the size. Select the object node on. Oh, okay. I thought it was going to continue. I shall. Then drag this icon so it's the same size as the blue frame. Okay, so we do have free reign to change it to any size, but for the tutorial we're going to drag it out like this. Brilliant. Let's check out what happened on the floor. What's happened to the floor on the game screen? Oh, we got floor. Much more reassuring size. The player won't fall off quite so easily now. It's very practical, but it's... the floor's colour is a tad plain, don't you think? So let's see if we can change up the colour too. Heading back to the program screen, selecting the object node on, opening the settings screen, and going into colour. Here's where you'll be able to select a colour for your object. Okay, so we've got a little selection here. 12 colours. Let's make it brown, alright. Now close the settings screen. Head to the game screen. Oh, look at that. And the floor is now brown. Awesome. Well, that's the floor all taken care of. But if the player goes past the edge, it'll just fall off again. Perhaps we can make some walls to make this level a little safer. Back to the program screen. Just like with the floor, we'll need to make use of the object node on create walls. Calling up more object node on, changing all the settings again. Sounds like hard work, right? So let's save ourselves a bit of work and just copy the floor to make the walls. Ah, nice, okay. Select this object node on. Will do. Use the icon to copy. That can be a wall, no fuss. That's the object node on copied. Okay, I'm gonna drag him up here. And resize it. And copy this one. And drag it over here. Easy! Ta-da! And the walls are complete. To the game screen. Yeah! Oh, look at that! Wall bounce, or wall jump even. Behold, some... Oh! Oh, behold, some nice safe brown walls. No need to worry about our player taking a tumble now. Not sure about that, Bob. Let's head back to the program screen. Not sure how I managed that. Okay, let's see. Yes. I hereby declare step 2 complete. Good job, darling. Aye, job's a good un. Well done. In this step, we added a floor and walls. In the next step, we'll add some platforms to complete the level. Toodles for now. See you again in step 3. Beautiful. Okay, so we got 2 more of Alice's guides updated. Let's have a look at those. The game screen node on job and basics of objects properties. Let's have a look at the game screen node on. Hey Alice, good to see you again. Hey there. On the game screen, you can see 2 boxes. The one on the left is blue, and the one on the right is red. Huh. It looks like the red box is poking off the side of the game screen. I wonder why that could be. Let's have a look at the program screen and try to figure it out. Dom, darling. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Hey up. What can I do for you today? Oh, I know that one. You came to find out all about me, didn't you? Fabulous. I'm the game screen node on. I'm going to explain everything, so pay attention for a moment, darling. My job is to surround other node-ons like I'm giving them a big hug. And why? And why do I do that? Well, the node-on that I surround are displayed on the game screen, so their fabulousness conveyed to the audience. Sorry, so that their fabulousness is conveyed to the audience. That's why, darling. The game screen you just saw now, Dom, was displaying exactly what I'm surrounding. Though I say so myself, I think I did a good job of capturing their thrilling performance. Actually, a box is sticking out of the frame. What? You can't be serious. I thought it was like artistic framing, but I guess it was an oversight. Soz, that were me. I love the object node-ons. Eek! So it's true! Just doing my job, you know. No, this is all wrong. Perfectly displaying node-on is my job, you know. Dom, could you move the object node-on inside my frame? Don't delay. Easy peasy. Now I'm over here. Much better. Now I'm getting object node-on's best side. Let's go and get a load of it. I think that means we should go check things out on the game screen. Look at that. 2 beautifully framed boxes. Because we moved the object node-on onto the game screen node-on's frame on the program screen, the red box is now fully displayed on the game screen. That's a relief. Let's nip back into the program screen. Well, what do you think? Could you see the red box in all its red, boxy glory? We could. You'll leave capturing the game screen to me, okay? I'll make sure it gets its best performance. And that's not all. It isn't only the object node-on that can move about, I can even move the game screen itself. Yoo-hoo, my sweet little red box object node-on. Yes? You're just so red and square and fabulous. I need you center screen and fast. Dear Dom, why won't you move me so that our boxy node-on friend is right in the center of the shot? That was surprisingly hard to say for some reason. Move the game screen node-on to the right. Look at that, nice and framed up. I need to be the right size too, so don't forget that, darling. We're gonna shrink the game screen down. Nice, good tight shot on the red box there. Wonderful! Check the game screen. Ooh, very close on the red box. It's dead center and looks nice and big now, doesn't it? That's right. By moving the game screen node-on around and changing its size, you can change how things are displayed on the game screen. That being said, we've made it so that the blue box is entirely off the screen. Let's head back to the program screen. Oh, let's get our blue friend back in. Welcome back. Well, the box was perfectly centered, wasn't it? It was, but that means the blue box is completely out of sight. Any node-on that are outside the game screen's frame won't appear on screen. That's why the blue box no longer shows up. Oh no, we simply can't have that. It's very important to me that the other node-on are captured properly on the game screen. Sweet Dom, please move the stray object node-on so it's inside my frame again. Just move it into the frame, that's the ticket. Done and done. Perfect! The camera loves you as much as I, darling. Let's check out the game screen just to be sure. Ah, look at that. They're all stacked up. Because you made sure that both object node-on were inside the game screen node-on, both boxes are now nice and big in the game. Just remember that you can change what's shown in the game by changing what the game screen node-on surrounds. Let's nip back to the programming screen one last time. Welcome back. Dom, let's always collaborate and do justice to the magnificent visuals of your mighty games, okay? Together we'll make the best looking games ever. Well, bye-bye for now. Bye-bye, object node-on. Okay, let's do the basics of object properties. Looks like Marge Simpson now. Oh, never mind, it was just a blue block behind it. Hello there. Right now, all that's on the game screen is this blue box-shaped object. Did you see how it fell to the ground? I did. Use the retry button if you want to watch it again. I'm holding the plus button to reset the scene. This time, we're going to try changing the settings for this object so that it doesn't fall. I remember how to do that. Without further ado, let's head on over to the program screen. Hey up. Hi object. Alright there, Dom? Yeah, I'm good. What can I do for you? Ah, we have to a way to make it so the object doesn't fall. That's something I can do for you in properties. Kind of freestyle on that one. Well, have you done it? Object node-on. That was about as clear as mud. You don't actually explain what to do. You didn't explain what to do. Sorry. Talking's not my strong suit. Go on and open my settings, then disable movable under properties. That should do it. Much better. Oops, skipped that one, but I guess it was just telling us to go into properties. The properties are nestled right here. In this section you can change the object's properties, or in other words, its qualities and behavior. So we're disabling moving, just like our object node-on said. And we're going to close this screen and check out the game. Floating box. See, the object no longer falls down. That's because we disabled movable in the properties on the object node-on settings screen. Disabling movable means the object can no longer moves, or in this case, doesn't fall down. Let's go back to the program screen, enable movable again, and check out what changes. I'm gonna guess it'll fall. Select the node-on and then go ahead and open its settings. Okay, turning movable back on. Yep, that's movable. Movable was enabled, so the object became able to move again, which means it fell down. So remember, if you want to make it so an object doesn't fall, all you need to do is change its properties. Let's go back to the program screen. Welcome back. You changed the object's properties and it stopped falling, eh? That's all well and good, but there are other properties too, you know. If you want, you could change some of them. I mean, if you like. If you want to play around with properties, object node-on, just come out and say so. In any case, let's take a look at what other properties there are, Dom. Alright, I'm excited. Let's see what there is. This time, let's try disabling solid. Let's close the screen. Is it going to fall through the floor? Magic! Nice. The object fell right through the ground. If you disable solid, the object will no longer hit or be hit by anything. Neat, eh? Let's keep experimenting. Drumroll please. For our next experiment, we'll need a second object node-on. Hey up, I'm a sphere. A sphere will now appear on the ground in-game. What's more, the box will fall downwards towards it. But don't just take my word for it, let's have a look. Oop, fell straight through. Disabling solid for an object means that all other objects will pass through it. So we'll go back to the program screen. Next, why don't we see what happens when two objects hit each other? So we're going to go back into the object screen, back into the settings, re-enable solid, and back to the game screen. Oh, because they're destructible and destructive. Wow, did you see that? The falling box hit and broke the sphere instead of passing through it. So in this case, the object hit another one and broke, but actually this is something we can change in properties too. Let's nip back to the program screen. Open the settings for this node on again. And then disable destructible. And close this. What we've just done is disable the destructive property for the falling box. What will that do exactly? There's only one way to find out. Nice. That ball got smushed. The box just still fell and hit the sphere. But this time, the box didn't break, only the sphere did. That's because disabling destructible means the object will no longer break. Next, let's try changing the box's properties so it will no longer break the sphere. How should we go about doing that? Have a think as we head back to the game screen, the program screen. You know the drill. Open the node on setting again. Okay, let's do that. And we're going to remove destructive. I suppose another way we could have done that is by disabling destructible on the sphere. Now let's watch what happens. Yeah! Looks like a little snowman. Box-headed snowman. This time, the sphere didn't break either. That's because we disabled destructive for the box, which means it will no longer break the sphere. Just a little bit more experimenting left now. Open the settings for this node on again. Now try disabling visible. Interesting. Let's check things out on the game screen. Voila! The box has disappeared. Actually, it hasn't really disappeared, it's still there, but we disabled its visible property, so you can't actually see it anymore. Let's head to the program screen. I want to show you one last thing. Open the settings screen for the node on. Alright, back into the settings screen. We'll be dab hands at this soon. And enable destructive again. Okay, alright, so we're gonna trigger the destruction of the sphere without seeing the box do it, I guess. Awesome. Very cool. Oh, see? The sphere broke. What's happened is the invisible box hit the sphere and broke it. This helped us confirm that even though the box is invisible, it still definitely exists in the game screen. We're finally done testing properties. Let's go back to the program screen. You're right. You know how to change an object behaves by changing its properties. It's dead useful if you ask me. Keep in mind in future, eh? Nice. Another one of Alice's guide done. That was very cool. We're starting to see some of the depth to the options that come from editing object properties. Very, very cool. Alright, that's going to do us for this part. Join us next time when we'll move on to step 3, making platforms. Bye-bye!